Forward. Hi everyone, welcome back to the 81st edition now of Profit First. With me today, I've got Katie Keith from Currencies Direct. So firstly, a big hello to you, Katie.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for having me on today. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, me too, me too. So for people that actually don't know who you are and what Currencies Direct do, perhaps you could just explain briefly how you work and who you help, I suppose.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. So my name's Katie Keith, for those who don't know me and are chiming in today. I head up the B2B Partnership division for Currencies Direct. We're based here in Canary Wharf, but we are a global international payments and foreign exchange solutions provider, working with SMEs and businesses of all different types and sizes and personal clients as well who are exchanging currency and making mass payments, depends on what you're doing. So we're here to support individuals and business with foreign exchange and international payments.
Lovely, thank you very much. So obviously a lot has gone on in the wider world the last few years. So what have you actually experienced? How have you sort of overcome anything along the way that's happened recently?
Well, gosh, if I think back to nearly 8 years ago when I was stepping off the plane from Australia, we had Brexit, right? So that's just been going on and on and on. But then we've had also other major things that have happened as well that have really impacted us, not only from a business perspective, but also our personal lives as well. We had COVID that really impacted us. We've got the war in Ukraine, which is still going, the war in Israel as well, and Palestine. You know, there's a lot of these events that really impact international trade, investment, how we operate, how we do business. And then we've got the cost of living crisis on top of that and the real worry about how we survive. In terms of how we have fared through that, well, I have to say, look, there's been a lot of change in our business. However, we tend to thrive throughout these periods because what we find is businesses and individuals need more support than they ever had before, especially when it comes down to selling that property abroad and making sure they're making the right decision around how they exchange their currency. When they're making future financial decisions in their business, are they pricing correctly with all the volatility that's there? So they really lean on us. So I think in terms of how we fared throughout these events, yes, from a business perspective, we had to pivot and change and really focus on the way we work. But we were there. We really stood up and helped businesses and individuals throughout these times.
Lovely. So what would you say the biggest change you had to make over the last few years within the business then, Katie?
Yeah, gosh, do you know what it is? And I think a lot of people will talk about this, is just the way we work. I think we've really transferred into hybrid working. There was a moment there where we couldn't go to work, right? So
Yeah.
there was a few ruptures there in terms of how we work. We've got a really lovely office here in Canary Wharf, and a lot of us are back in again, but we're not in every day. So that's changed a little bit. I manage the partnership division, so we're out and about. We are sitting with specific industry bodies, going to events. We're out networking, we're having Zoom meetings. So we've had to really get creative about how we work with our partners. We have to think differently about how we reach our clients and continue to grow our business, but also how we connect the different stakeholders in the business. So there's something about connectivity in a new hybrid world that's sort of coming to the forefront. And I still don't think that we're at the end of it. I feel like it's still evolving for us and we're still finding our feet.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that a lot of people that sort of struggled before COVID, working in an office environment with the way information shared between individuals, if that was a struggle for them then, it is more of a struggle now because obviously hybrid working, we need to basically our communication levels need to go up several notches. Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, I think communication's been absolute key. And I think some of the projects that I've been working on, bringing different stakeholders together, that is probably the biggest learning, is how do we do that more creatively and stay connected with each other and also continue to grow our business.
Absolutely. What would you say the biggest wins you've had over the last sort of like few years then, Katie, would you say within the business?
So look, I think, if I think back over the last 2 years, there were two brands that merged together, Currency UK, which I previously worked with, and Currencies Direct. So we've been managing that brand transition, and that's been a big piece of work. But what was born from that was a program that we developed, which is our Accounting Alliance program. And this is something that I'm really passionate about because we're enhancing and streamlining the way we partner. And there's an element to that around partnering for purpose. We've got a great corporate social responsibility program built into the alliance, which recently we had an amazing win. One of the accountants we work with, VCS Accounting in Kent, we were able to help fund some trees for her bee farm. And for me, that really drives that purpose for partnership proposition. And that's all stemming from the Alliance program that we've been working very hard on. So it's a big piece of work within the business. We have sales, partnerships, marketing, product design, all working together to deliver this program. We have ERP integration into Xero that we're rolling out. We have different streams of affiliate commercial contracts that are available for accountants to tap into. But I think at the heart of it, what our mission is to be recognised as the accountant's choice of FX provider in the industry. So we're really working towards that this year. So we've had a few good wins on that program, but there's a lot of work to still go.
Fantastic. So what would you say you've learned about yourself over the last few years then, Katie?
About myself, well, gosh, I think I'm more resilient than I thought I was. You know me, Phil. I work on multiple different business projects at any one time, so I think resilience has played a key role. Stakeholder management, my communication skills, I've had to pivot those over the last couple of years. So I think that it's with all of the things that we've gone through, and thinking back to the beginning of our conversation now, it's all been a learning. There's always a silver lining to every sort of challenge we have in our business. And although we've had some great wins, we've also had some downturns as well, and we've had to work through that. And I think that for me, resilience is probably the big learning.
Fantastic. So in terms of your future plans for Currencies Direct, what have you got on the horizon?
There are a lot of exciting things happening at Currencies Direct. In terms of the B2B Partnerships team, our big focus is developing our relationship in the accounting network. And so we would like to continue to see this program thrive over the next 12 months. So we're going to be really focused on rolling that out. We've got a lot of exciting developments coming through, which we will release. And if people are interested in learning more about that, they can keep in touch with me and I'll keep them informed about that. And also we'd like to represent the professional services space as well. So we're really pivoting towards that at the moment.
Good. Okay. So if you're you've mentioned accountants a couple of times, so I think I know what the answer to this question is going to be.
Yep.
If you could give us an idea of the types of businesses, the types of roles within those businesses that you'd like to communicate with, that you feel that you could help, who would those people be? What would they look like, etc.?
Absolutely. Thanks, Phil. I think the partners of any firm are very good to talk to because they are decision making. They are on the balcony, so to speak. So they're overseeing the business. The firm, not so much on the dance floor. And I think that, we want to understand more about what are some of the challenges that they're facing in the business. How can we mold our offering to support them? So firms between 10 and 50 partners are our sweet spot, but we are happy to work with any bookkeeper or accountant that has a good mix of international clients that they service on an ongoing basis, because we can really add value to that business.
Fantastic. Good stuff. So for those of people that actually want to reach out to you and connect with you and find out more about what you do, how best can they reach you, Katie?
I think LinkedIn is a really good platform. So I'm Katie Keith, and you can see my tagline, making a big world small. I'd love to connect with people via LinkedIn. There are multiple things that I focus on in business. It's a really quick way to reach me. Phil, they can reach me through you as well. I'm always available on the mobile or the email, but the LinkedIn profile is a quick and easy way, and they can just make a comment as to what they'd like to talk to me about.
Lovely. What we'll do is, I'll ask someone to actually add your details below into the comments below on LinkedIn. So feel free to reach out to Katie if you're watching this, you want to find out more and you want to get involved with Currencies Direct in one way, shape or form. So for now, thank you so much, Katie. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And yeah, catch up soon.
Thanks, Phil. It's been great.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.